Hello everyone, and welcome to the unofficial Sage CRM Summit Event 2020. My name is Daniel Lewis, Managing Director of Cumulus Solutions, and on behalf of all the speakers and panelists, I want to thank you for taking the time to register and attend this summit. So first off, I'm just going to give a quick overview of the content, primarily what this summit is all about, what you can expect to see, our presenters and their stories, how to interact with the sessions, and obviously what happens next. So the summit was put together in part due to the current COVID-19 pandemic, but ultimately as a way of bringing people together who deliver and use Sage CRM. For those of you that do not know Cumulus, we are a UK Sage business partner who specialise in Sage CRM. Although whilst we do provide Sage CRM directly, we also work with the majority of partners in the UK and some globally to provide add-ons and services that help their customers use Sage CRM more effectively. And for a while now, we've wanted to deliver a summit that brought people, like-minded people together who work with the product, so that you can just learn more about the Sage CRM product. And also, more importantly for us actually, is for you to be able to meet others and feel part of an ecosystem of people that use and deliver Sage CRM. So we did originally plan for the summit to be face-to-face, as a face-to-face event in the UK. Obviously, as mentioned, however, with the emergence of COVID-19, we quickly decided to move the event online. One of the benefits of this is that the event could be opened up effectively globally to allow people from all over the world to attend. And this is something that we never expected possible. And the uptake has obviously been phenomenal with this. We now have over, I'll put 350, now over 450 attendees. There's been quite a few sign-ups over the past couple of hours. And half of these people have been from other countries as well. So we've had people from Australia and Asia and the US and all over Europe join up as well. So I just want to thank you all for taking this time out of your day to attend to this summit. And I do hope you find the summit useful and enjoy the various events. Thank you for taking the time to attend. So what can you expect to see? Well, we have some fantastic speakers from all over the world presenting sessions today. Apart from the opening and closing sessions, which are obviously for everyone to attend if you want, we've split the summit into two tracks. Firstly, we've created a sales track, and this sales track allows you to see information based on sales, and we've also created a technical track for more technical-minded presentations. Sessions within each track have been designed to be between 15 and 45 minutes, with around a 15-minute break between each session. We've also planned a 1-hour break between 1 p.m. and 2 p.m. UK time. So just be aware that we have put some breaks in. Some of the sessions are a bit shorter than 15 minutes, but we hope you find them useful. We also have two surgeries planned. Where you can have open Q&A sessions, one for a sales track and one for more technical questions. So if you have any questions about how to sell, how to implement, etc., there's some specific surgeries there. They're going to be general Q&A, so there's no agenda. It's literally whatever questions come in the order they're received within the Q&A panels, questions panels within the GoToWebinar session. They'll be ordered by the panelists, answered by the panelists in those orders. We'd also like to encourage you to interact with each other and us as much as possible. You'll notice that on the social lounge discussion board that people have been asking questions, and we have people from Cumulus and from the various presentation teams answering those questions along the way as well. So please feel free to ask whatever you like on there. But if you have any urgent issues, please email us at summit@cumulus-solutions.com, Cumulus spelled Q-M-U-L-U-S, -solutions.com, where people are monitoring and will respond as quickly as possible. Please be aware that we have put this summit together as quickly as we can, and have tried to make this event run as smoothly and professionally as possible. But it is a completely new thing for us and for the various presenters, etc., to do something in this way. So whilst we're hoping there may be a few bumps along the way. So if you do, just let us know of any issues. So our presenters and their stories. Well, we have some fantastic speakers at this event. We have Jeff Richards, who is the head of training program development for Sage CRM. For the small amount of you that have not had any interactions with Jeff, which is probably a very small amount of people, he's the foremost expert in all things Sage CRM and has spent many years helping people throughout the world understand how to develop and implement Sage CRM. He's also very prominent on the Sage City forums, posting as the Sage CRM user. And if you haven't seen him present, he has his own unique style of presenting, which is a joy to behold. Next up, we have Conrad Roux, who is a developer and technical consultant for Sage South Africa. He's been working with Sage CRM for about 8 years now. He's an expert in Sage CRM development, including things like the COM, .NET API, SQL and analytics, etc. We also have David Beard, CRM principal at Sage, who has been working with the product since its inception pretty much. He's presented around the world. Quite a few of you have probably seen his presentations. And he works with all the global Sage CRM operating companies to evangelize the product and help the various operating companies within Sage design their Sage CRM strategies. There's also me. I'm presenting a few sessions and I've been working with Sage CRM for about the past 15 years or so. I've probably worked on getting up to around 100 implementations, ranging from small one-man band installs to global multi-language rollouts with 500 plus users. So I've had quite a bit of breadth of breadth of customers and from usage from that. We also have Mark Reedy, who's the founder of CRM Together. So quite a few of you may already know Mark as well. He's joining us to run 2 sessions on 2 of his add-on products for CRM. It's basically designed to enhance 2 key areas of the product. Primarily, the ones that will be demonstrated on this event will be the mobile access and the Microsoft Office integration. Mark was actually one of the original software developers for Sage CRM and therefore has a unique insight into the inner workings of how the product works. We've also got a guest speaker for one of our short sessions, Nihal Thakur, who'll be joining us from OneClick. OneClick is a product that allows any desktop or web-based application to run securely within a web browser. He's a Chief Business Development Officer and will be joining us during the session on OneClick. We also have Elizabeth, who is the Level 3 Support Manager for Sage CRM, joining us for the Future Without ActiveX session. And we also have Ocean, who is a Sage CRM Support Consultant for Sage South Africa, taking us through the Designing an Interactive Dashboard session as well. Some of you may have seen various intro teaser videos from various people as well. We also have a couple of additional guest panelists on the surgeries. These are just a few people, both from Cumulus and from within Sage, who have had experience of the various technical and sales sides. What we try to do is gather some of the most experienced Sage CRM consultants from around the world and from the different areas to help you get as much as you can from the day. So how do we interact with the sessions? Well, you're obviously on one now, so you can see how to join the live webinar sessions. Certain sessions will be pre-recorded due to either technical reasons, i.e. the length of time it would take to actually do the various topics, but also some of the presenter time zones. As you'd expect, because we're pulling people from all over the world, some of these people are probably asleep at the moment, but they will be joining throughout the day, probably later on in the day. However, a lot of the sessions will be live and you'll have the ability to ask questions at the end of each session. There's also a social lounge, which some of you have actually been on and started asking questions, so please feel free to use that to interact with other attendees. As mentioned, there's messaging, and there's also the ability to actually interact one-to-one and potentially request meetings, etc., with other people that are attending as well. There's a resources section that allows you to download applicable resources. So this is located on the top menu at the top. And the resources available should grow as various sessions take place. The resources that are for each of the sessions will start to appear within this section as well. And there's also a general discussions board where you could just put various messages up there as well. And finally, you can actually go onto the More tab, look at the speakers and who's online, and just see a total number of people online, which is good to watch. So how do we actually interact with the sessions themselves rather than just with people on the site? So as you'll see from the site at the moment, when a session is a live presentation, you will see a button that says join webinar. Obviously on this session it said join open session, but for the rest of them, apart from the closing, it will say join webinar. The process is exactly the same as it was to join this one. Your email, your name and email addresses should now be stored when that loads up again. And we're just capturing that so we know who actually attends each session. And as mentioned, we'll be using GoToWebinar for all sessions, unless they're pre-recorded. Pre-recorded sessions themselves will play directly from within the window. So you'll see the session on the screen, and at the session start time, the session will start playing. And at any point after that, you can actually go back in and revisit the sessions. If you miss a session that you want to view, if it's a recorded session, you can view it straight away from within the Summit site. However, we are actually going to be uploading all of these videos onto a YouTube account after the event. So give us a day or two just to collate them all together, and they'll all be available actually online as well. So what happens next? Well, after this session, it'd be worth visiting back to the sessions tab to see what sessions you're on next. Maybe you've set them up for what ones you want to see, maybe you haven't. There's generally 2 sessions on at any one time. One is for sales, one is for technical, and you can filter down the sessions by the track and by the speaker. Don't worry, obviously, as I mentioned, all sessions are going to be recorded, and so you'll be available to view them shortly after the summit once we've actually put them on as well. Okay, so that's enough from me. Now, just to finish off this opening session, let me hand across to David Beard, who's the CRM principal of Sage CRM, just for a couple of thoughts on this session.
Thanks, Dan. Welcome along, everybody, and great introduction to what's happening across today. My thanks too to Dan and all the speakers for coming along and doing the heavy lifting for the rest of the day. There's lots of really good sessions, and as one contributor on the social wall has said already, there's something for everybody. So I do hope you all find that to be the case as well. I just wanted to leave you with a couple of small thoughts real quick to remind everyone about why CRM is such a big opportunity. And Dan, if you skip to the next slide, just we'll whip through these in record time and build that for me. There's 3 on there. This idea that our customers are still looking for back to basic CRM. You know, we think that in 2020, the world has moved on and it's all big and shiny things, but it's not. People still need the basics: organization, contact management. And oftentimes, if you look at the 3rd bar on the left, quite a lot of people still don't have everything in place. So if you look at the next slide, Dan, you'll see that actually this survey that Software Advice put together, they're talking about wanting the very basics of CRM to begin with. And that's a thread that will run through today: the ability to show how you can deliver a CRM system like Sage CRM that is so rich out of the box and make it work for any business in any way, and make sure it supports their growth today, tomorrow, next year, etc. So to the next slide, people generally are, if you look at the 3 bars underneath the larger one, the vast majority of our customers in our traditional hunting space are people with really nothing or are still using manual methods to put things together. So there's a real opportunity out there, and if we build that slide up, Dan, you'll see it's all there for us as partners and for customers, if you're joining us from that perspective, to think about in your business about where you're heading and what you could make CRM do. So with that, Dan, I'll hand it to you. We'll call it quits for there. We've got another session starting right now.
Excellent. Thanks everyone for your time. We're now going to open the summit for everyone. So please have a great day. Use the discussion boards. Ask us any questions. I hope you all enjoy the rest of the day. Thank you very much.